Well, it's been a few days, no hay weather yet, but some good rain tomorrow. So I'm gonna get some fertilizer down on that new field and try to spur second cut along.
Well, fertilizing is always a logistical shuffle, especially the second round of fertilizer for second cut, because the surface is all spread out. So I really like fertilizing with the 275 better. I have the spreader better calibrated for it because high range first gear with the tire size is a little faster with this than it is with the 165. And you know, it's got better stability, better road speed, but it just meant ducking back to the small field I did, grabbing the tractor, going back, spreading, coming back home to where I've got a hose, rinse everything off, dropping the spreader, going back getting the truck, going back getting the trailer. It's doable as a one person show around here, but it takes a while. So anyway, so I dropped the trailer up there. There's some nice clover in this field, and I have not gotten a chance to do soil testing yet. So what I'm putting down is 20-5-25, which at least around here is the most common hay-based fertilizer. And so going in blind, I feel that wouldn't hurt. And because it's such a big field, and it does have clover, which will do some nitrogen fixing, at least for itself, I decided for the first application, I'm doing just around 200 pounds of product per acre. A little under that, I'm trying to hit like 35 pounds an acre of actual nitrogen, which is a little low. Usually I try for 50 pounds an acre of nitrogen actual, and then, you know, whatever else I need to bring along with it for P&K. But again, new field, not quite being sure how the season's going to go or how much wetter it'll get or any of that. I feel this is enough to feed the grass a bit, have it hopefully bounce back up for a nice second cut, but I'm not going to be back here for a couple of months at least by the time I get through the rest of the first cut the way this season's going. So anyway, that's my thinking. A little light, but it would be nice to get something down on this. Okay, I've done the math. This should work in 3 loads. 39 bags, each hopper can hold 13. Start on flatter ground, and when then it's partially empty, do the steeper stuff, and repeat. This is probably the biggest field I've ever fertilized, though, all in one go. So hopefully my tire tracks will make sense of where I've been. Yeah, the wheel tracks are a little hard to find. Just a little. But this has really popped up, so hopefully it's a good time. Big hole right there. All right, load number 2. The first one, I started in the center of the field and went up and back twice. So always worry a little bit that I'm gonna run out, but I'm gonna do the wet areas last, and if I miss them, that's okay. Well, the second load finished that end of the field except for the wet spots, and then got me down around this outside edge most of the way. So I hope my math is right here on the rate, and I'll just fill in the rest of the middle stuff with this final load. Extra hard to tell where I've been because this is where I've been driving a bunch. But I think I have it figured out. Well, unfortunately I ran short, and I had to sort of make a guesstimate about backing off the lever a little bit, so I was still throwing something. And in retrospect, I wish I'd done this side hill first, but I was trying to get a more empty hopper before doing it, so I wasn't tipping. But I didn't even throw it all the way down to the wood line. I was going to save that for last. And I didn't quite do as high of a rate on this hillside. But this hill also has a week more of growth. And I think more clover. I probably won't be able to notice by the time I come to take second cut. But I guess I wish I had put less up there. Oh, well. Time to go home, rinse the spreader out, and then come back to get the trailer. For those wondering, I did think about using the 165 to fertilize, but like I said, I've got it better calibrated for this tractor, even though I still ran short. And that tractor randomly has strange PTO sounds that I think are still left over from 2017 when the clutch pack was rebuilt. And sometimes the vibrations of the fertilizer spreader, depending on the PTO angle, I think it makes weird sounds sometimes, and I just don't want to play with that. any way. Okay, well that's all clean at home. Spray it off the tractor. It always gets a lot of fertilizer thrown to it. Yeah, I know another type of spreader that wags back and forth. You know, Humble Haymakers talked about this recently, as far as these spinner types love to throw it forward at the tractor and make a big mess. You get the kinds with the boom that wags back and forth, you get a nice even application. I'd love one of those at some point. But, you know, my setup right here is to have to stake down that walkway to use the hose. None of it's efficient, but it's what I get for shoehorning a farm at a not farm property. Anyway, time to go park this, go get the truck, be done. All right, and just collecting the trailer. So, with any luck, this field, given a couple months of regrowth plus that fertilizer, I'm hoping for a bumper yield a second cut here, or at least a pretty good one. I mean, I talk about ideal second cut being like 50 bales an acre. On some of the earliest fields, I sometimes get more than that. And even if I got 40 an acre off of, I think, an 11 acre footprint of what I actually hayed here, you know, 400 plus bales a second cut here would be nice. So we'll see.